Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are struggling to speak English fluently, this podcast is for you. Many English learners understand grammar, know some vocabulary, and can read simple texts. But when it comes to speaking, they suddenly feel nervous. Their mind becomes blank. Maybe this happens to you too. You want to say something in English, but the words don't come easily. You start thinking about grammar rules, correct pronunciation, and whether your sentence is right or wrong. And because of that, speaking becomes stressful. But don't worry. You are not alone. For many years, I also struggled with English. Today, I want to share what finally helped me start speaking English more fluently and confidently. And the best part is this: the methods are simple, practical, and anyone can start using them today. My problem with English: when I was learning English, I made a big mistake. I believed that learning English meant learning many grammar rules and memorizing many words. So I spent a lot of time studying grammar books. I learned about tenses, sentence structures, and complicated rules, but even after learning all these things, something strange happened. I still could not speak comfortably. If someone asked me a simple question like, "How are you?" or "What did you do today?" I needed many seconds to think. Sometimes I translated from my native language into English in my head. And sometimes my mind became completely blank. I knew many words, but I could not use them quickly in conversation. This made me feel frustrated and sometimes even embarrassed. Maybe you have experienced the same situation. You understand English, but speaking feels difficult. The real problem: later, I realized something very important. Speaking is not only knowledge, speaking is a skill. Think about learning to drive a car. You can read many books about driving. You can learn all the traffic rules. But until you actually sit in the car and practice driving, you will not become a good driver. English speaking works in the same way. You cannot become fluent only by reading grammar books. You need practice. You need to hear the language, speak it, and use it in daily life. Once I understood this, I changed the way I learned English. And slowly, things started improving. Method 1: listening every day. The first method that helped me a lot was listening to English every day. Listening trains your brain to become familiar with the rhythm and sound of the language. I started listening to simple English videos, short conversations, English podcasts for learners, interviews and stories in slow English. At first, I did not understand everything. Sometimes I understood only 50%. But that was completely okay. Because the goal was not to understand every single word. The goal was to train my ears. After some time,
Method 2. Reading aloud. The second powerful method is reading aloud. Many English learners read English silently. They read in their minds without speaking the words. But reading silently does not help your speaking skills very much. When you read aloud, something very different happens. First, your mouth practices English sounds. Speaking a language is not only about knowing words. Your mouth muscles must learn how to produce those sounds. Second, your brain learns natural sentence patterns. When you read many sentences aloud, your brain slowly understands how English sentences are structured. Third, your confidence improves. The more you hear your own voice speaking English, the more comfortable you become with the language. You do not need difficult materials for this practice. You can read short stories, simple articles, children's books, graded readers for English learners. These materials are perfect because they use clear and simple language. Start with just 10 minutes a day. Read slowly and clearly. Focus on pronouncing each word carefully. Do not worry about making mistakes. Mistakes are a normal and necessary part of learning any language. The goal is simple: train your mouth and become comfortable speaking English. Many fluent English speakers used this method when they were learning the language. And with consistent practice, it can help you improve faster than you expect. Method 3. Speaking to yourself. Now let me share a method that may sound a little strange at first, but it works extremely well. That method is speaking to yourself in English. Yes, talking to yourself. Many language learners wait until they find someone to practice speaking with. But the truth is, You can start practicing even when you are alone. You can do this anytime and anywhere during your daily routine. For example, when you are cooking, you can say, "Now I am cutting vegetables." "Now I am adding salt." "I am cooking dinner." When you are making tea or coffee, you can say, "I am boiling water." "I am making tea." "I am adding sugar." When you are getting ready to go outside, you can say, "I am wearing my shoes." "I am taking my bag." "I am leaving the house." These are very simple sentences, but they are extremely powerful. Why? Because they help your brain start thinking in English. And when your brain starts thinking in English, something amazing happens. You no longer need to translate from your native language. Your ideas start forming directly in English. And this makes speaking much faster and much easier. The best part about this method is that you do not need a partner. You do not need a teacher. You do not need a class. You can practice alone every single day. Even 5 minutes of speaking to yourself daily can slowly build your speaking confidence. Method 4. Recording your voice. Another powerful method is recording your voice. Today, almost everyone has a smartphone. And your phone can become a very useful language learning tool. Use your phone and record yourself speaking for 1 minute. You can talk about simple topics like what you did today, your favorite food, your hobbies, your plans for tomorrow. You can also describe something around you. For example, you can describe your room, your house, or the place where you are sitting. After recording, listen to your voice carefully. When you listen, you will notice many things. For example, your pronunciation, where you pause while speaking, which words you repeat often, which words are difficult for you. At first, you might feel a little shy or uncomfortable listening to your own voice. This is very normal. Almost everyone feels this way in the beginning. But if you continue doing this practice regularly, you will start noticing small improvements. Maybe your pronunciation becomes clearer. Maybe you speak a little faster. Maybe you make fewer pauses. These small improvements are very motivating. And when you see your progress, you will feel more confident to continue learning. Final message. If you are struggling with English, remember something very important. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to practice a little every day. Small daily practice can create big improvement over time. So remember these simple habits. Listen to English regularly. Read aloud every day. Speak to yourself in English. Record your voice and listen to it. These small daily habits can slowly transform your English speaking ability. And one day, you will notice something amazing. You are no longer afraid to speak English. You are speaking naturally, clearly, and confidently. Thank you very much for listening. Keep practicing English every day. And I will see you in the next episode.